Hey everyone, it's Pearlescent Toys, back in today's video with another Marvel Legends action figure review, and in today's video we are looking at Spider-Gwen from the brand new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse wave. This is going to be a very fun review, so yeah, without further ado, let's get into the review. Let's go over the sculpt and the paint apps. Now, before I go into this figure, this is almost entirely reused from last year's Spider-Gwen figure that released in the very first Across the Spider-Verse wave, who I don't actually own. But yeah, going off of that, you could see the similarities while also seeing some differences between the two versions. That one is a pretty standard Spider-Gwen figure, you know, has all of her colors, all the knickknacks, whatever. This one, however, is a little artsy. See, in Spider-Gwen's home universe, they really used color to express the emotions of the characters. And here is an example of that, you know, it was very colorized. But did that aesthetic really translate well into plastic? Let's find out. First up, let's take a look at those Chucks. I love Converse. I love Chuck Taylors. I wear them every day. There really isn't any like defining logo, but you know, they have the overall shape and the colors. Anyways, let's look at the legs. She has a very sleek design, so yeah, these legs are just perfect for that. You can see a little bit of musculature, like her calf muscle is just poking out through the sides of those legs. Mine is a little warped right there. And yeah, overall, nope. Moving on. Now up to the torso. Very, very slim, very athletic build to her. She has these white pieces painted onto her hips, and they did a decent job. You could see a little bit of black poking through on those, but it isn't too noticeable. There are two little scuff marks on her chest. It was like this right out of the box, and that kind of bums me out. It is an easy fix, just match the black, paint it over, but come on. I don't want to have to do that. This whole black part is painted on. Love the little spider fangs going up here to the neck. They're also back here as well. You don't really get any added detail until you get down to the forearms. Ooh, they kind of missed it with this one. Ooh, right here too. The lines sort of extend beyond that purple boundary. It's much more noticeable on this side though. Just like with Spider-Man India, this design is so far removed from that classic Peter Parker design, but what they both have in common are the web lines. And I love that that's a constant among most Spider-Man variants, is that they all have like some sort of web line design to them. Usually it's like this blue color and then the pink underneath, but this time it's a darker purple, which I think works. I think the two colors look nice with each other. Yeah, overall a pretty strong sculpt, I would say. Now going over accessories, the purple and blue hair, I don't think that art aesthetic from her home universe really translated well into this figure, but this head sculpt is just so far off from what I'm used to. The paint apps for the face are great though. I love those eyes, the eyebrows, the lips are just painted on perfectly, super crisp. Just the shape of it is spot on to the movie. It just loses a lot of that allure with that hair. It's sculpted very accurately to the movie. Don't get me wrong, but it's just, I don't even have words for it. This part right here, that looks ridiculous. She also has this hood piece, which comes separately. It doesn't have the webline designs inside of it, though. That's really unfortunate. The masked head sculpt, which looks pretty good, actually. The colors of it match up with this part really nicely. You can see the weblines inside of the hood. And the paint apps surrounding the eyes, you get that really nice cell design going all around it. You see those little dots with the black outline, too. She also comes with two open hands. This one being more relaxed, while this one being a little bit more posed, definitely meant to go around her hip like this. She also comes with these two hands, a web flipping hand and a fisted hand. That's it. That's it though, and you got longtime viewers will know how I feel about alternate hands not matching up with one another. I really just wish toy companies would stop doing this. It's so annoying. She also comes with her watch right there. Just like with the other figures in this wave, it is molded in a silver plastic and has some orange paint on top of it for the screen. The Spider-Gwen figure really isn't the biggest draw of this pack. It's Lyla. She didn't really have a whole lot of screen time, but she was a pretty likable character in the movie. Yeah, it's spot on to the movie, and I do like the pose they have her in right here. Yeah, some detail for her shoes. Are those Chucks as well? Her big old coat, those ginormous sleeves too, and her hands just poking through. Not movable. Nothing on this little piece actually moves. It's really a glorified accessory, and it's translucent too, so you can see like through the hands right there and the face too. Kind of weird looking. The hair is a very nice orange. I love those glasses. I think they are phenomenal. The eyes are painted on nicely as well. Love the smile too. Yeah, a decent piece. Now let's go over the articulation. The head is unfortunately not really able to look back at all. She is able to look this far down though. Just the tiniest amount of pivot right there and some side to side movement. With the masked head sculpt, she's able to look back a little bit, look down a pretty good amount. A fairly decent amount of pivot and some side to side movement. Her arm is able to move this far up. She also has rotation at the shoulder, an upper bicep swivel, and a double jointed elbow that allows her to bend her arm in a really good amount. And she also has a wrist hinge allowing her to move her hand up, down, and all the way around. She has a mid diaphragm joint allowing her to bend this far back and a tiny bit forward. She has some pivot right there and side to side movement. Her leg is able to kick up this much, go out to the side that much, and go back a decent amount. She has upper thigh swivel, a double jointed knee that's able to bend up this much, and her foot is able to move this far down, this far up, and she has ankle. Alright, moving on to the size comparisons. Here is Spider-Gwen next to the SH Figure Arts Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen, the SH Figure Arts Spider-Man 2099 and Spider-Punk, Miles Morales and Miles Morales, Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen, Peter Parker and Peter B. Parker, Cyborg Spider-Woman and Spider-Man 2099, Miles G. Morales and Spider-Man India, Spider-Punk and Lyla, Deadpool and Hydra Bob, Deadpool and Hydra Bob, Darwin and Morbius, and finally Jeff the Landshark and Spider-Ham. Alright, time for my final rating and my overall thoughts. I'm going to give this figure a final rating of 6.5 out of 10. No deliberation needed. I think it is a very strong 6.5 out of 10. I really do like these new colors introduced, but only with the masked head. I really think that unmasked head is just an abomination. It just looks bad. It's a bad head sculpt. Lyla is fine. You know, a little underwhelming, but she's fine. The rest of this Gwen figure, though, is decent. The articulation is fine, very lacking in the torso. Sadly, she's just lacking a whole lot of movement. And for a very dynamic character like Spider-Gwen, that's something that you really need. So yeah, 6.5 out of 10. But yeah, that'll do for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Comment down below what you thought about this figure. I would love to see your guys' opinions. And while you're at it, like and subscribe, share with a friend. Anything you can do to support the channel will be greatly appreciated. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Now going over articulation. Oh my god, this hair is ridiculous.